So, hello everyone, my name is Saurabh, and today is the day 15 of me solving 150 top interview lead code questions. And let's see what happens for today. I will not be wasting any more time since it's already been 10:44. And let's see क्या होता है आज का क्वेश्चन क्या है क्या नहीं. Um, I was actually trying to read this book today, and this is very I would say beginner friendly भी बोलूँगा साथ में it takes you from the beginner friendly to a much more advanced approach. I really appreciate this specific book and I'm currently doing this specific book. Although एक बार मैं इसको कर चुका हूँ लेकिन अगेन वापस से थोड़ा क्या कहते हैं यू नो इनिशियली जब कंप्लीट करने के लिए मैंने उसे थोड़ा फास्ट फॉरवर्ड कर दिया था काफ़ी जल्दी जल्दी किया था लेकिन अभी क्या है I will be trying to do this specific book much more in the depth. I will be trying to solve the questions related to those topics as much as I can from the CACS problem set itself. So again, let's just jump out of the question that we are being given today. See what is the question that we get. See, I'm not currently doing the daily question as of now because today itself I already had the contest from the LeetCode side itself. So I was busy there. Then during the daytime, I was busy somewhere else. I was doing some C plus development. I was doing some React development. So, so you might be questioning me, ki bhai, why aren't you solving more and more lead code questions? The key is I'm trying to focus on much more important things. Although this is also important, I'm not saying lead code is not important, but I'm basically trying to focus on the things which it's just like you are hitting gym. Lead code is like you are hitting gym and doing C++ development or doing React or doing any of those things is like doing the actual sports you are good at. See, there's difference between doing gym. You can be master at gym, you can be a bodybuilder, but there is difference. I am in the different sport. I just need a few things out from this gym. So that's my core intention. And today's question is hard. लेट्स सी कि यार कितनी देर में होता है वाला क्वेश्चन. आई थिंक कि ये वाला क्वेश्चन जल्दी हो जाना चाहिए हमारा. लेट मी जस्ट टर्न ऑफ दी दिस इज द कैलकुलेटर. कोई बोले कि भाई फोन देख रहा है. कैसे करते थे यार मैं भूल गया. यस. सो आई वाज एक्चुअली डूइंग मैथ्स बिफोर दिस. लेकिन ठीक है. लेट्स सी व्हाट द क्वेश्चन सेज. There are n children standing in a line. Each child is assigned a rating value given in the integer array ratings. You are given candies to these children. You are giving candies to these children. Following requirement. Each child must have at least one candy. Are they already given one candy? Children with a higher rating get more candies than their neighbors. Return the minimum number of candies you need to have to distribute the candies to the children. How so? Test case 1, 0, 2. 5. You can allocate to the first, second and third child with 2 and 2 candies respectively. Uh, है. क्या क्वेश्चन है ये? समझ नहीं. There are n children standing in a line. There are n children standing in a line. One after another. There are children. Let's take it as one. I as 0, I as 1, I as 2. N children. Each child is assigned a rating value given to the integer array ratings. Perfect. You are giving candies to these children subjected to the following requirement. Each child must have at least one candy. Children with a higher rating get more candies than their neighbors. Return the minimum number of candies you need to have to distribute the candies to the children. Fine. ठीक है. So, um, what is this question? क्या क्वेश्चन है भाई? वन को टू क्यों मिली यहाँ पे? Let me just solve this question on the I'm basically going for this. कोई बोलेगी भाई चीटिंग कर रहा हूँ. फॉर दी प्रूफ देना पड़ता है आज के टाइम में. कोई बोले कि भाई एआई यूज़ कर रहा है कुछ भी कर रहा है. सी माई मोबाइल फोन इज ऑन दिस साइड तो आई विल बी लुकिंग ऑन दिस साइड कि भाई कोई बोले कि भाई फ़ोन यूज़ कर रहे हैं. जस्ट फॉर माई ओन कंसिडरेशन. कोई इफ आई एम सीइंग दिस इन द फ्यूचर मुझे ये रहे कि हाँ यार मैंने खुद से किया था क्वेश्चन. छोड़ यार मैं कुछ भी बता देता हूँ. प्लीज स्पेयर मी भाई, मैं कुछ भी बोलता रहता हूँ। 102 है। सो 1, it can't be 0. You at least provided 1, again back to 1, we moved it to 2, ठीक है। फिर उसके बाद में we move right away from the point where we left the array, I mean integer array जो भी है, and we move on to the another element 1 फिर 2। Okay, as of now, the one of the approaches that comes into my mind is कि I will be taking two pointers. Basically, I will be maintaining two integers या फिर two variables, maintaining two variables, and the pointer one will be taking the considerations of from where we left, we from the point where we have started. So let's take an example for 1, 0, and 2. Now, in the above case, let's say we are on the 1 value. We provide the boy on the index number 0 with the 1 candy. Perfect. Now we move to the second one. Now it can't be 0 क्योंकि इन्होंने बोला है, they have explicitly said that each child should have at least one candy. So, I mean, I have given the first one, the 1, but for the second also I have to give 1. Also, it has to be more. फॉर द प्रीवियस वैल्यू मतलब बेसिकली 1 के पास में इससे ज़्यादा होनी चाहिए बिकॉज इट हैज़ हायर रेटिंग। तो वी प्रोवाइडेड 1 लेकिन वी गो बैक टू दिस वैल्यू यूजिंग द पॉइंटर 2, move it to 2 and go for the just we will move back and will move come on to the value where we left. Now from 1 we move to the second value. Now it's an increasing sequence, so again it we give it a 2, that is previous plus 1, and I think this is the minimum. This gives me 5. Perfect. Now let me also dry run using the second test case also. Let's say we were on the 1. Yes. Um, I was on the 1. Perfect. So I provided the first child with the 1 candy. I moved on to the second. I provided the second child with the 2 candies. Now I move on to the second, I mean the last child. You can allocate the first child. Okay. So since it's the same, how is it 1 to this child? It could be less. Wait, let me just go through the conditions again. Each child must have at least one candy. Each child must have at least one candy. Okay, children with a higher rating get more candies than the neighbor. लेकिन ये चीज कहीं नहीं बोली कि सेम है, तो फिर क्या होगा? तो अगेन वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम दी वन, तो इस वजह से इसका जो आंसर है दैट कम्स आउट टू बी 4। और क्या टेस्ट केस हो सकते हैं? अल्टरनेटिंग पीक्स 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, 1. Uh, let me just see out the values for this specific test case. Let me just give me, let me just see कि what are the solution for this specific 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, um, 2, 1. And as of now, we'll just return 0. I just want more test cases for this specific question. I will just see key is this specific test case a valid test case for this question, है ना? Move to the last. So the output expected for this specific test case is 18. Let me dry run it. 1, 3, 4, increasing sequence. We move back. Now we give it 1, same as 1, 1. Um, 2, and again we move back to 1. The total sum of these values is from the back to 3, same values, 1, same values as previous one, increasing 2, decreasing 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, 3, 2 and 1. Summation of all these values, this is 10. So fine. ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है hmm. Let me go through one more test case. Hmm. Fine, I mean, the approach through which I'm going for this specific test case is working. It's giving me 19. Let's try to solve this question. Fine. See, I will just copy this. I mean, I remember. So, okay. Should I do this in VS Code or what? The next we make a thing. Yes. Fine, fine. What's the name of this question? What is the name of this question? This is candy. One second. By the way, using the approach through which I'm going, uh, let me just see out through the constraints. 2 into 10 to the power of 4. I mean, this could create a problem. Because, just now I had a thought. Ki if we go through this specific case, we will be moving forward, we will be adding one values to it. And let's say we are on the 4. So we just give it 1. I mean, if it is smaller or equals to, we'll just give it the 1. That's the start. Now again, I moved back to 3. Now 0 couldn't be given to this 3. So we move back and we move back to, I mean, we increase the counter of this 2. The issue here could be on every iteration, the test case tries us, I mean, test case forces us to move back more number of times. So this could end up becoming 10 to the power of 4 into 2 times of times of bare minimum at least 10 to the power of 3 भी अगर उन्होंने कर दिया या फिर let's say 10 to the power of 4 कर दिया तो there are a billion operations for it billion or million I don't know 10 to the power of 8 जो भी होता है 10 to the power of 8 operations और एक बार नहीं this could happen multiple times हो सकता है कि we reach the end and thereafter they force us to move back one more step and again we have to come back so this approach could end me up into the jail. I mean basically the values are not suitable for it. Fine. So what should be the other approach? I mean, what should be the approach, other approach in here? By the way, I should have started the timer. I forget to start the timer. Now, what should be the other approach way or other way around? I mean, I know. I mean, even if I use this specific approach, This will work. This is the brute force way. But the core issue with this approach is I will not bypass. I mean, this would have worked if the range of n would have been 100 or so. But this is not working for more than 100. 1000 or 10 to the power of 4 is there. So it is not going to work. I will have to do this either in optimization n or n log n at least n log n. That's the only way. I mean, 10 to the power of 6 operations is the bare maximum for which we can go 10 to the, I mean, optimization n, n log n, n log n and n. Okay. How? Uh, Let me dry run through more test cases for this. Um, I mean, I have one more thing in my mind, which is key. What if we generate a uh, this kind of prefix type and the suffix type, and we just take the maximum out of both of them. I think this would be 2 times of n, which would end me up in the 4 times of 10 to the power of 4 iterations every time. I mean, इस वाले टेस्ट केस में रन करके देखो इसको, केस नंबर 3 में इसमें करके देखते हैं. 1, then comes 2, then comes 3, then comes 4. एक मिनट. For this test case, let's say for this test case, let me just remove the other test cases just in case that approach was not viable. So let's say I'm given 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 3 comma 4 comma 4 comma, what the fuck is this, 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 1. Now for this test case, what I intend now, the second approach which should work or which could work possibly, let's dry run this specific approach. One, whenever there is an increasing sequence, we start from 1 and we move to the previous element plus of 1. So 2, this becomes 3, this becomes 4. Now if it is equal or less than, we move back to 1. Now it is decreasing, we move back to 1. Again decreasing, we move to 1. Decreasing, again we move to 1. Now we start from the last values. So for the last values, what I'm going to do is, so for this specific test case, we will be starting from 1, right? तो मेरे पास 1 हो जाएगा ये. Now this is increasing from the back side. एक मैं इसको कैसे डिस्प्ले करूँ अच्छे से, कोई नहीं ऐसे ही करते हैं. Now this is increasing from the back side, right? So if it is increasing from the back side, so I will just make it as 2. Perfect. Now if it is again increasing, I will make it as 3 comma 3. Right, one more back. Now it is again increasing, I will move it back to 4, है ना. 1 2 3 4. Perfect. uh, Now it is same, so we'll use the same approach for the front one values, that becomes 1. Now it is decreasing, this is 1. Perfect. By the way, this is the right position, right? Now this is the right position. Now we are on 3, we move to 1, तो मेरे पास में this would become 1, है ना. Now we move to, this is decreasing, so this again becomes 1. I think this is right. This becomes 1. Now we just find out the maximum value in between of them, है ना. 1 comma, this is 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 1. Is this viable? 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1 4 3 3 2 1. Okay, let's just edit this test case. Let's see for this what happens for this test case. 4 3 2 1, and this becomes, so we simply sum the actual array, and the actual sum of this specific test case comes out to be, I think it should come out to be 4, and this should be 20. This is what my intention behind this question is. This should be 20 for the case number 3. Perfect. Um, can we do it for more test case? Let's just apply this specific approach. Hmm. It will be given the value of 1 and minus of 1 value or the rating. Hmm. The same conditions apply to these things. Just a few changes. If ratings ith is greater than ratings I plus or 1, we are looking at the next value, right? Rating ith becomes previous rating I plus or 1th plus or 1. हाउ डू आई कॉपी दिस? कल भी ऐसे इशू आया था ना. आई विल हैव टू ओपन द VS कोड फॉर दिस. सम फिक्सेस फेल्ड फॉर द पेज. वेबसाइट की ऐसी तैसी कर दो गूगल वालों तुम लोग मेरे की. हाँ, आई विल हैव टू राइट एंड क्विट ना. हाँ, आई थिंक दिस इज फाइन. राइट क्विट. ये क्या है? ये क्या आ गया? कोई नहीं, इसको बाद में देखूंगा. अभी के लिए जो क्वेश्चन कर रहा था कनेडी लिख दिया भाई. फॉर्मेट डॉक्यूमेंट वंस. फॉर्मेट करने के लिए भी प्रोसेसिंग लगेगी क्या? Let me just see ki whether this specific question or the test case runs well on this question. We crossing the fingers, crossing the fingers, crossing the fingers. Elias. Fine. What are some of the more test cases that might, I mean, that will basically run for this specific question? Let's do it as 4, 4, 4. Let's just spam it. ठीक है. बीच में कोई 3 random values हैं. मुझे नहीं पता इसका सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा. Let's see what happens for this specific test case. The fuck, it actually works. And this is optimization and ठीक है. And time limit भी exceed नहीं हो रही है. If I'm able to crack this question in my first attempt, कोई और edge test case क्या हो सकता है? Zero, 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 नहीं नहीं ऐसे नहीं. Comma zero, comma zero, comma zero, comma zero, 0, 1, comma 3, comma 4, comma 7, comma 7, 6, comma 8, comma 1, comma 3, comma 6, comma 2, comma 3, comma 1, comma 7, comma ऐसे बहुत ही बड़ा. Let's now see what it does it give me. If it is good for this test case, then I think this is the answer. Please, crossing up the fingers. And that too in the 100% solution. I mean, तुक्का बहुत अच्छा लगा. तुक्का मारा था मैंने. ठीक है भाई. And that's all for the video. Thanks for watching, dear ladies and gentlemen. कल कॉलेज आना है भाई. Tomorrow will be the start of my semester 3, second year. Let's see कैसे जाता है दुनिया.